Welcome to another edition of Ask Dave. This is the segment of O'Fallon Nutrition's social media where we come back to you and answer questions that you've asked me. So, this month's question actually comes from back in October, and this is in regards to elderberry. So, December is here, winter is here, it's cold and flu season. It's also blood sugar season, so it's a great time of year to talk about one of my favorite antiviral herbs, elderberry. And you heard me, I said antiviral. So, what's the deal with elderberry? Elderberries are these dark purple, almost black berries that come from elder trees. Elder trees are native to Europe, Africa, and Asia, but have also been in the North American continent for centuries. In fact, elderberries were historically used by Native Americans to address things like fever and burns. Elderberries have also been historically used by the Romans, as well as even recently in Panama during the 1990s flu epidemic, where elderberry was actually employed by the Panamanian government to help eradicate flu back in the 90s. So, elderberry has been the subject of human clinical trials on flu. In fact, it's been shown to be effective against at least 10 different strains of flu, including H1N1 human influenza virus, HN51 swine flu, as well as influenza type A and influenza type B in vitro studies. In vivo studies, it's been shown to be effective against a number of those as well. So, in human clinical research, there's at least 3, if not more trials at this point, but at least 3 that I can find online where elderberry has been used in placebo-controlled clinical trials. In those studies, elderberry has actually reduced the duration of symptoms as well as the severity of symptoms. In most of those studies, you had approximately a 4-day reduction in flu symptoms. In one study, for example, the placebo group had recovery from flu in over 90% of individuals at the day 6 point, whereas the black elderberry group had recovery in over 90% of individuals by the 3-day point. And other studies have similarly impressive results. In some studies, you get improvements in over 50% of individuals. In the study where elderberry performed the poorest, it had improvement in 28% of individuals. We will be posting a summary of this on O'Fallon Nutrition social media. I found a wonderful research reference that a very impressive group of scientists did, where they did a review of elderberry's effectiveness and have all the summaries of all the studies on there. And this is from folks at places like Harvard, Memorial Sloan Kettering, etc. So heavy hitters. Elderberry has also been researched in regards to issues such as blood sugar. So if you're interested in herbs that can have benefits to supporting healthy blood sugar, I'd encourage you to research elderberry for that as well. So how does elderberry work? It appears that in the studies that elderberry has a few mechanisms of action that come together. One is that it actually has been shown to inhibit the ability of certain types of viruses to replicate. This means reproduce. So the elderberry actually stains the viruses and coats them, and this is considered part of the mechanism that prevents them from replicating. Elderberry has also been shown, because of its anthocyanin content, to have significant anti-inflammatory effects. So you've got anti-inflammatory effects from elderberry, countering some of the inflammatory symptoms that we're going to be seeing in certain viruses. Well, you've also got another group of compounds called anthocyanidins with the letter D that have been shown to have immune stimulating properties. And so those are thought to be very beneficial at the onset of viral infections such as H1N1, because at that point the immune system benefits from a boost, stimulating it to produce these inflammatory cytokines, they're called, which elderberry in these studies has been demonstrated to substantially increase. And it's the stimulation of these inflammatory cytokines that results in the immune system having a more efficacious effect on fighting these viruses. So very interesting stuff. A few forms of elderberry that are available at stores such as O'Fallon Nutrition. Of course, you've got your classic Sambucol black elderberry syrup. This is actually the specific product that was the subject of some of these studies. And I know for a fact that in at least one of those studies, Sambucol was not involved in providing money for the study. We've also got great products, classics like the elderberry and zinc lozenges by now at O'Fallon Nutrition. Really inexpensive product. These are something that we've been using as a go-to ever since we started the store back in 2002. Great ingredient list where you've got not only the Sambucus nigra, the black elderberry, but you've also got 12 milligrams of zinc, 150 milligrams of vitamin C, slippery elm, echinacea, and bee propolis in these lozenges. I highly suggest these. We've also got really potent elderberry products like Elderberry Force by New Chapter. Happens to be available with little built-in coupons right now. And then Black Elderberry Concentrate by Gaia Herbs. Gaia Herbs, again, one of our best herb companies. And Gaia right now, we've got our free with Gaia Herbs purchase traditional medicines of the earth. Great overview of different herbal remedies, complete with references, etc. And then we've got Now's classic black elderberry extract. It's a 10-to-1 extract, very inexpensive, freeze-dried within capsules. Sometimes I use products like these and I'll mix them into juice or I'll mix them into water or even combine them with something like honey and consume it. Of course, I wouldn't use honey in anybody too young, under age 2. That would not be good. ViraPro by Terry Naturally, another really cool immune blend built around elderberry. One of the things neat about this product, this actually has real vitamin A in it, retinol acetate in this form. Vitamin A is very critical to immune system function, and beta carotene does not have all of the same properties as real vitamin A. So just as a side note, consider vitamin A. Anyways, so this product is combining A, C, D3, elderberry, bioflavonoids, zinc, selenium. Really a nice comprehensive product. And again, these are going to be small tablets. And then finally, Sambucus. Nature's Way has a great line, the Sambucus Black Elderberry line. They have a variety of products, a variety of syrups. We've also got cool products like the packets here for hot elderberry drinks. All of these products are going to be naturally sweetened. They're going to be naturally colored. Basically, the color of the elderberry is going to be the color. Many of these are going to be, if not all of them, free of common allergens. In the case of the Sambucol Black Elderberry Syrup, free from gluten, dairy, soy, wheat, nuts, artificial color, and flavors. So really a very clean product. If you're avoiding fructose, it's actually glucose syrup. How rare is that? So really a cool product. And let's look at the directions. For daily maintenance, adults and children over 4 years, take 2 teaspoons daily. See, now that matches the exact amount of this used in one of those studies actually looking at Sambucol Black Elderberry versus influenza. It's only 2 doses a day for 2 days in one of those studies, a total of 4 doses, and they actually have significant benefit. So really a cool product, and again, safe for children. There's also an intensive use instructions on here, 2 teaspoons 4 times daily. If desired, mix syrup and water, fruit juice, smoothies, yogurt, or most anything, exclamation point, it says. So really cool products. I've personally opened up capsules of elderberry, like I said, and dumped them in things. I have used elderberry in situations where I've wanted to give it to my children. I would just encourage you to make sure that you touch base with your physician or pediatrician if you're planning to use elderberry. Make sure there's nothing you should be aware of or any reason they would encourage you not to. There are scenarios where it may not be called for, situations such as autoimmune diseases, if you're medicated with corticosteroid drugs such as prednisone, because of the immune stimulating effects of elderberry from those anthocyanidins, we may not want to use them. We probably don't want to use them, in fact, if we've got situations where our immune system is already hyperstimulated, such as an autoimmune disease. So I would really encourage everybody to do some Googling on elderberry. Dr. Axe, I found, has a great summary. There's also cool systematic reviews of all the research. I'm going to be trying to post one of the best ones that I found, where other scientists go through the research and provide summaries to it and give you very clear, concrete evidence of what it does and does not do. So, elderberry, wonderful herb. Thank you so much for asking about it back in October. I look forward to seeing you all in January with more Ask Daves, and I hope you all have a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you at O'Fallon Nutrition. Goodbye.